So it's about 6 o'clock. We are driving all the way across England to get to Bristol to pick up something. One thing that I bought that is a little bit silly, but I think it's got some legs. Well, it hasn't literally got legs, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So the story for this starts about a year ago when there was a little bit of a viral post on a bunch of blogs and stuff about a house that was for sale in Bristol, and it had quite a bit of a difference to your normal house. Like literally a church organ was built into this house. The story goes it was built in 1975 into the house. It was pulled out of a church that shut down in Bristol and it got built into this house. As you can see, it is absolutely everywhere in the house. It dominates the whole thing. Fast forward to about a week ago, I find it on eBay. Turns out it has been on eBay for about 2 months now and nobody's bought it. Nobody's bought it. I mean, I wonder why. So I'm picking up a literal church organ that's hopefully going to fit in this van. I'm really worried that it's not all going to fit, and it's cheaper than just going and getting the run-of-the-mill synth.
There we go.
Oh my god, it's big. Holy crap, we're not fitting that in the lot van. Oh my god. How are we going to get this in a... It's bigger than you thought, isn't it?
Slightly bigger than I thought.
Okay.
That's the biggest one there.
This is the biggest one out of all of them. And then we go into this. Oh wow. Bloomin'. Wow. This is... whoa. Oh, luckily this is a lot smaller than I thought.
No, this is the biggest one.
This is amazing. And then you step over, it goes in to over the stairs, which I don't even know if it's structurally sound, is it? And we jump over and we get to the controls.
All of these are really easy to move out, which is nice.
Yeah, I think most of them just sort of like lift out.
Yeah.
So
This is going to be an interesting day, that's for sure.
it will.
They're already labelled.
Yeah, they're all labelled as well.
Okay, so luckily we've got it, and thankfully everything actually already has labels underneath the dust, so we might be all right for labels. Yeah, it's all phone wire. This is the main thing that I couldn't figure out what it was. Is this like they're just preset boards then, are they?
I think it's a switchboard basically that
Yeah.
when one moves, it moves all. If you have a look around here, the whole thing moves up and then contacts each individual thing, and that activates all the sets.
Oh, apparently what it's called, I heard from somebody who said this is a computer plane.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think it's an old school computer.
So
doing it, basically.
the story behind this, what happened?
So she was the organist at a local church that got converted to flats, I think, in the 60s.
75, right?
70s, yeah, sorry, yeah.
70s or something, yeah.
Yeah. And she, I think, wanted to keep the organ, and her husband kindly offered to remove the organ out of the church and install it in the house.
That's just mad, isn't it?
Which is pretty mad.
It's just... And then there's the air reservoir. That's the thing that I was going to think was humongous, but it's not that big.
Yeah, I think that's the blower's here, and that's the...
Have you got any... this is the one that might be an absolute wodge to carry.
Yeah, it shouldn't be... I've had a look, so it's going to be heavy.
But it's doable, is it?
Yeah, it's doable, I think.
So, okay, dokie. Are these...
Yeah, I think there's zinc.
Oh, so there's more hardware in. The only ones that are going to be
the soft ones.
really fragile
Yeah.
are these bad boys.
So you can see that's the only bit that's damaged and noticed.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
apparently it's really easy to solder up.
So that thing's just basically somebody walked past it and bent over.
Yeah, well I think, so you can see, because they're so flimsy, that they're looped onto this stand sort of thing.
Pieces, yeah.
So this was off a stand, and I think just
got
I think it was
broken.
left off, and I think that actually the sun came through here and
Heated
melted
it up.
it a little bit.
So we have a bit of a problem. These are just, well, they're really soft, lead and such. So
You happy for me to do it like that, yeah?
if yeah, just test them, see if they're not going to break. I mean, we're not organ specialists, are we? Blooming heck. Oh, and here we can see the solenoid. Finally, we can see what the fudge... Oh, I don't know whether to lay on this floor. That's friggin' weird. So the wires actually come from over the top. Oh, the wires are all here. Oh my gosh, so the wires go through the wood. So here's Johnny being pretty methodical with labelling. We're using Sharpies because it's all gonna rub off anyway. Some of it's a bit bigger than we thought. Some of it's a bit smaller than we thought. These things are pretty interesting. They're turned out to be I think somebody mentioned computer planes, preset boards. So air goes in through these and then pushes some bellows that actually lift these things up, that actually connect a whole row of reeds to the pipes, and then it all makes presets. Like realistically, not going to use them because if you look over here, it's a literal rat's nest. I'm just cutting in nondescriptly. It's the only way to do it to get this done in time. So these things are going to be replaced with basically Arduino and MIDI, but they're going to look there and look pretty. You're going to give them a go. We're going to plug them in and see what they do. Glad I tested that. Those are live. Which is the cable? It's that cable. Gotta be careful now. Someone's gonna have a heart attack me just nondescriptly just hacking the wires apart, but there's no other choice right now. We've just got to go with it. Oh, there's gonna be a ghost coming out soon just saying, don't do it like this. You've got to do it like that. Oh my God. You've probably seen this.
Oh yeah, it goes in the chimney.
How is that the biggest one?
This is coming down. That's all right, is it?
Look at the size of those things.
Fucking heck. Watch the paintwork.
Like torpedoes.
They are amazing. So, have you finished labelling that bad boy?
What about that?
This bad boy, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it so Just leave them with that. Oh yeah, that
Big wall.
big wall.
This is the biggest one, I think. Oh no, the next one's the biggest one.
Yeah, which one?
This
I
one.
thought you said the biggest one.
Well,
the tallest.
I think that's.
Oh.
Biggest non-bent one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realise there was extra ones. So there's 24 of these overall, I'm guessing.
I mean, these are vaguely labelled, but you have to figure that one out.
They knocked a hole in the chimney to make space for the pipes. That is dedication. Oh my God, yeah, they took the hole. So this keeps on pumping it. This is the reservoir and bellows.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, but that also pushes it. Oh, so it pushes it at the same time as keeping the pressure.
Yeah.
And where's the and then it's
basically
also
a big
wide into the
turbo.
motor. Oh no, that's just
That
passive.
pulls that, yeah, exactly. So that maintains the pressure basically. So that pulls it up when that pops up.
Yeah,
So I think that's when that's where you've
genius. Okay.
So you might have to put some weights on so you can see some bits of iron on top.
Brittle air pipes, but might be usable. It's already looking. Oh God, that fell. Oh, I just put my hand on that and it nearly fell off. So it's nearly looking good. This air box, I think it's called, needs to come off. I started labelling it and then I got a little bored and I'll figure it out later. It'll be fine. It's coming along. We've got through most of the wires. Let's just leave these dangling. So that's all right. We're just gonna get for the pipes. We're nearly at the bellows, the air reservoir, which is just a bit of lever and an air tube and the pump and stuff. It's just pulling it to pieces. And someone's gonna have a heart attack watching this. What are they doing? We've just managed to get this over. These are where all of the, what are they called? What are we gonna call them? Pipe stops? I don't know. But the air goes in underneath them. The air travels along over to, they go up here into this thing, which is a splitter, I think. Oh, and all the air goes through that pipe, which ends up connecting to this mama.
And this thing.
So this right here, this little box, just took the pipe off it, and it is, we found a one-way part, well, just a stopper. It's actually, this is a nice big way of actually turning on the main chunks at the same time. So we've got trump, I assume that's short for trumpet, right? Prin, viola, flute. So yeah, you're able to turn on each of the groups, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, so close, so close.
Get the noise.
It's like Blue Man Group. Oh. Now we're gonna try and get the pump undone. It's working out just where the wires are going. It's just a straight mains cable that goes straight to the pump. Pump pumps into here. It's a bit loose. We're gonna have to figure out how that works. The amount of flathead screws. It's gonna fall on my head now, I know it.
There's a glue seal there. There you go.
Oh yeah, baby. Bouncy pump. This is too heavy to carry, so we're just going to take it apart, take the pump out. Probably going to be the worst idea. Oh, I'm not getting that out. Oh, my cupboard. Oh my God. Oh, that's heavy. This is the bit that goes into the bellow chamber. I think that's what it's called. That's where the bellows wire up. This is just like a rubber bellow thing. But then on this side, amazingly enough, it's got this little shutter system. So when the bellows get too full, it lowers it down and lowers the amount of airflow going through it. Absolutely ingenious. So that connects into the pump. Pump is massive bit of cast iron, and this is where the big organs were. They were going up into the roof, amazingly enough. These are the big mummers. Some of them, as you can see, got bent around to actually fit. But yeah, and then these are the bigger ones. But yeah, it's mental. Oh, old rusty nails in my finger. Oh, so we've got a pipe going. That one goes along and down and out here. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Oh dear. Right, so if we're looking here, here's the power supply. This is like some weird rectifier thingamajiggy. And these are all the wires that go to the keyboard and bass notes. It's absolutely ridiculous. This thing is gonna be, oh my God, it's just held up by a shelf bracket. Amazing. There's a shelf bracket. Oh, that's well funny. Oh no, that's gonna be a right pain to get out. Just go for it. That's how you cut a cable. Oh God. Oh, it's just not over. Oh, this just doesn't end. This just doesn't end. Right. The moment of truth. Oh, there's too many wires. Too many. Just the wires. It's all the bloody wires. Giddy on.
Oh my God. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Here it
Wow.
goes.
That is insane.
Wires.
Oh no. We're gonna have to put it
Attached.
down. Oh, I thought we were through all. Oh, we are through all the tables. Okay, so it's out. There's that. Oh my God.
What else is behind there?
Just more wires. We've got. So the console's nearly out. There's the keys. So many wires. The power supply is really old school. Really old school. Look at that power supply. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to load this all in the van.
Oh, Sam.
Oh, I think we're done, man. We've just got to get these down and we've got everything off. Got everything off. Oh no! Totally forgot about those. Actually turn on, so loads of air goes into these bits, but then these little bits of air push this little bellow, that opens up and ends up pushing a little valve in here that opens up that one in there, which ends up pulling back and opening it up to blow the tube. That's just ridiculous. Why is it like that? Have a looky there, we've managed to fit it all in a long wheel race transit. All of the naysayers were saying it wasn't going to happen. Well, look at that, Mum. Look at that. It's insane. Let's see if it gets back in one piece. Oh, God. That's mad, isn't it? Yeah. Wow. So after a 20-hour day, it is now loaded into the museum. And what is next with this absolutely beautiful hunk of wood and metal? Well, if you want to follow along with this project, then please subscribe and check it out, because there will be a video coming up soon of wiring it up. The first thing will be getting the pump up and running, and then it'll be trying to get some sounds out of it. Also, a case of finding out where the heck to put it in this museum is not obsolete, so people can hear it and use it for themselves. The pipes themselves absolutely dominate everything. As you can see, some of them have been bent over and cut and shut. I'm probably going to have to leave them like this because this is zinc, so it'll be a little bit tough to solder them, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen in the future. So if you want to follow along with this project anymore, then go and check out over on my Patreon, because I do a lot of updates on this. I've already done a load of them, and it also, needless to say, supports this project and also the museum that it's going in. So also come and check out This Museum's Not Obsolete. You can check it and see this in person if you'd like. It's open pretty much every weekend and the information is below. Anyway, until the next video on this magnificent beast, I'm Look Mum No Computer. This museum is not obsolete, and yeah, don't be scared to try it.
Welcome to the museum.